up, everyone? It's me, Steph, the alternate, your nerdy alternative. And you might be thinking, hang on a minute, why is the background kind of changed? Just a little bit different. Well, if you are a member, you'll be able to go on to the full replay where after this, I explain the adventure I've had today. In the meantime, though, here we are talking about, of course, Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith, and I am here with my partner in crime, Mr. Andy Signor. Hello, honey. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the main event. We are live. Yes, Steph's having computer issues. I'm in my weird retina surgery post chair, but we're doing great. So ignore all the craziness because the show must go on. And today we are talking about Jada Pinkett Smith. Now, Jada Pinkett Smith's put herself back in the news in her own doing, not because she needs to actually do anything that's important, not that anybody was asking her to. She's doing it because that's just who she is, and she wants to now sell a book. While everyone in the world has moved on from the Will Smith, Chris Rock drama, I think we are all sick of it and over it. Leave it to Jada to come in and now chime in and give us her side of things that no one really wanted to know about. But here she is doing that. We've gone into this in detail in several videos over the past couple of days. But today I want to talk about this exclusive coming in from Daily Mail, but also sort of a rant as to why I believe Will Smith needs to do what he said he would never do, which is divorce Jada. There's this weird mental gymnastics he's put himself through. He said he wouldn't do in his first marriage, and then it went awry and he had to. And now he needs to do it again. There's no shame in divorce. I don't know why he thinks that's shame or why he thinks that's failure, but actually being in a relationship that's not supportive or helpful for you, or, you know, that's not working out, will actually do the opposite effect. It's bad for both of you. It's bad for your kids. It is not healthy. Will Smith, I'm pleading to you, get out. This is not a healthy place for you. Now, look, how dare I say that, right? And I'm serious. I'm in a weird eye surgery chair trying to tell Will Smith what to do. But I like Will Smith. And I'm looking as a fan and as someone who's looking out and watching what his wife is doing. This is not support. This chair is amazing, comfortable support for my face right now. But Jada would be like poking needles in my eyes right now, Steph, is the kind of stuff that she's actually doing. And it's really bothering me. Because Jada's out there selling books and telling my story finally. Jada, you got to support your man. It's time to let him go support the family. Like, he went and did it in your name. And if you wanted to say something, you should have said it then. There's no one's really asking you to say or to be involved because it's really Will who made the mistake. Will has now attempted to own that. Chris has now made his response. And those are the two agents that really needed to comment and react. And we need to sort of see if we need to forgive Will. But Jada didn't really do anything and didn't need to say anything. Her lack of doing something, though, was the fact that she sat there seemingly to support her husband and now waited to speak when she could actually make some money off of it. So I want everyone to know that that's why she's speaking now. Not because it's helpful or healthy. It's because now she can monetize her comment. But I want to go through the sort of a rundown of things. But Will, the actions of Jada over the past several days now, this is not a good wife material. This is not a good thing to suddenly, hey, everybody's surprised. I've been saving this little surprise for everybody. We weren't actually together through all that bullshit. We were lying to you. I was lying to you. Like, Steph, what planet did she think this was going to sort of make everyone be like, oh, great. You guys are so relatable now. Now I get it. We like you even more. Like, if anything, this just now paints them as massive liars. As if Will wasn't already caught being so disingenuous, right? Now Jada has literally exposed Will for lying to everyone. And it's not only that, but has emasculated him to a levels, and we've seen this over the while, right? But now is emasculating him to such levels, she's just completely neutered the man. Like, Will, if you have any strength in you left, your kids are now adults. It's time to move on. You go get Margot Robbie back. It looked like you guys had a really good thing. Go get with her. Get with anybody. Get with somebody who is going to support you and who's going to be amazed and love the fact that you stood up for them on that Oscar stage. Right or wrong, Steph, a partner should be there to defend and support their the actions, especially if they're attempting to do something for their partner. Now, also some accountability needs to be taken because no partner should let them go get slapped over a dumb alopecia joke. Don't get it twisted. But behind the scenes, Jay, you'd think, am I crazy stuff? Like as a partner behind the scenes, I'd be like, why'd you do that? Oh my gosh, that was so risky. But at a certain point, I'd be like, man, that was hot, baby. Thanks for sticking up for me. You know what I mean? Like it would be like a support behind the scenes as a couple would, because that's what couples are supposed to do, is have each other's back. And yes, couples also need to tell them the truth and make sure they're doing the right things. But I don't see any support from this woman ever. Every opportunity they get to talk, she's in control. She says when she gets to say. She's going to decide when they divorce. I didn't want anybody to know. I. All this stuff she does is so controlling and scary. And Will, you got to divorce this girl. You got to move on. Am I crazy stuff?
Nope. Not crazy whatsoever. And this is the thing, this article here, to me, explains why he has to move on. He has to get out. This is an absolute toxic marriage, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, where Jada Pinkett Smith, based on, her actions as far as I'm interpreting them, is, being mentally, abusive to him. So here's the exclusive from the Daily Mail saying that Jada torched her marriage to Will once and for all when she confessed to her affair back in 2020 that left him humiliated. And, it's not just humiliated privately, humiliated publicly as well, because she aired it all out on that Red Table Talk with Will, where, my argument there is that is, as far as I'm concerned, part of her mental, we're going to call it nastiness now for YouTube Human Reviewer, but you know what I mean? Who does that? What partner does that to someone? It doesn't make sense. But anyways, let's go a little bit more through this.
This is that, by the way, that's so spot on. Like that specific table talk where he completely neutered Will Smith.
Yeah.
And then talked about the entanglement really was, I think, the nail in the coffin, and we're going to talk more about it. But I would also rewind and say the entire Red Table Talk was.
Yes.
Like Red Table Talk was marital therapy that she was basically putting out in the world. Like she was live streaming their therapy sessions. And that's not how you fix your partnership. In fact, you could tell, you have that clip, I think, Steph, we'll go there. But that actually, let's play that clip. Before we even get into this, let's remind everybody again, this is the real Jada. This is the real Jada. And I think it's so important everybody replay this clip because I want you to watch Will and tell me he's not being abused.
All right, let's go. Hopefully you guys can hear it. If not, apologies.
Esther Perel is coming to the table. She's going to be at the red table. Would you say she has been instrumental in you and I redefining our relationship?
I would say don't just start filming me without asking me.
Oh my goodness.
If you could film me.
Esther, come help us again, please. I'm still dealing with foolishness.
Because she don't just.
Would you say that she helped us heal the hurts that we caused between one another?
My social media presence is my bread and butter, okay? So you can't just use me for social media and not, don't just start rolling. I'm standing in my house. Don't just start rolling.
Please watch us stare at the red table because she's helped us a lot. Can't you tell?
Like, that's chilling to me. And to know that in this clip, she was not with him. Like, did you hear the question? Can you admit that she's helped us? Admit she's healed us, Will. And then Will's reaction isn't even to respond. He's like, get the camera in my face. Like, I'm in my house. Like, I don't want the public to see me right now. And that's what Jada's been doing to this man forever. So, Will, I don't know how many times you got to watch that clip. I feel so sorry for you, brother. That is not what a wife does. A wife does not put you on camera and live in the middle of your house and demand you say that you're healed. I mean, this is nuts. I don't know who's still defending this woman. We've already gotten so far in proving the narcissism and the craziness of this person, and now she's selling a book to exploit it further. Thank God Facebook canceled Red Table Talk. Can you imagine all the annoying episodes and her forcing her own mother and mother-in-law and kids to just eat this up more? Also, she can sell her damn book. This woman is disgusting and toxic. But let's continue.
Yeah, let's continue indeed, because, she has put the final nail in the coffin, especially with the Red Table Talk episode. Now, a source close to the couple is now shedding new light on the situation, claiming that they were actually working on repairing their marriage behind the scenes right up until July 2020, even after, Jada's entanglement situation with Alsina. Now, moving on, so Red Table Talk, for those that don't know, was a series that Jada had that aired on Facebook Watch, but that episode that we're kind of referenced to is said to have left Will Smith humiliated, which I'm not surprised. It would leave anyone humiliated, and ultimately proved to be the final straw for the actor as far as the future of his marriage was concerned. Now, I'm calling a little bit of BS on that, because if it's the final straw, then no disrespect, but Will, why haven't you divorced her? If that was the final straw, why are you still married to this woman? I don't get it. I really don't.
He's weak. He's clearly weak, and that's why he had the breakdown, I think.
The source is saying Jada torched her marriage to the ground.
Jada,
okay. Jada torched her marriage to the ground. It's now Andy's turn to make me.
So one
pronounce
time I get to correct
properly.
her on a name, yeah.
Yeah. Jada torched her marriage to the ground when she brought Will on Red Table Talk and publicly humiliated him in front of the world. I would say that is a fair assessment.
Absolutely.
Of that whole
absolutely
episode.
what happened. And she refused to take any accountability. She called this affair with her son's friend an entanglement.
Yeah. Entanglement, right? They also added that Will was left particularly hurt by the fact that he had defended his wife so publicly when August Alsina, now 31, first claimed that he'd had a relationship with Jada just days before she confirmed the truth on her show. The source says Will defended Jada against infidelity accusations at the time of the affair, and he would get into it with people. He truly believed she hadn't cheated. There was no walking back from that, and Jada knew this too. During the Red Table Talk episode, she revealed how the affair with him began, but she insisted that at the time she and Will were going through a difficult patch and had basically broken up. And so, guys, when you look back on, what Jada and Will have said in regards to their relationship, there have been clues along the way that they've actually basically confirmed that they split up way before this week. See if you can catch them out, because they did leave breadcrumbs, to be fair, on that one. And so she added that she was in a lot of pain, she was very broken, and said, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realised that you can't find happiness outside yourself. I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good, and it was really a joy to just help heal somebody. Now, this is the thing, right?
This is literally what this is exactly like. How does that make Will look? I just wanted to feel good. I just wanted to feel happy, feel joy. So basically admitting her husband was giving her none of that. She wanted to help heal somebody. Like, that is so revealing about her character. And she's playing it like she's some savior, some hero. This woman is evil. Yeah.
Yeah. She's literally turning around and saying, Will, you don't have the goods, so I had to go elsewhere. But said it so publicly on the Red Table Talk episode, to the point where it was watched by millions. And she put him through that. Again, what wife, what supportive, loving partner would do that? But she definitely got her ratings in, that's for sure. Moving on, her admission came after August sat down with the Breakfast Club of that same year and said that he'd been in love with Jada during their relationship, to which he said he had committed years of his life. So he's going one step further and, confirming that this whole affair, fling, whatever you want to call it, actually lasted for years. Now, he said, and I believe this now. Before I was like, nah. But now I believe it, and I'll explain why. He says, I sat down with Will Smith, and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership. He gave me his blessing. I believe he did that now. Why?
Yep.
Because the whole timeline makes sense. They were saying around about 2016 they had split up, which was around about the time, right, that Jada had the whole, quote, entanglement situation with August Alsina. So at that point, Will Smith knew that his relationship, his marriage was over. So when August rocks up to him and is like, I want to do the right thing, mate. I know that your marriage is pretty much dead in the water. Are you cool about me banging your technically current wife? Yeah. I can actually see that situation happening now. Andy, do you agree, disagree?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they've, by Jada now revealing that they were never actually together those 6-7 years, it just puts Will in this really weird spot now where now he's also a liar. And it's like, why were you in this relationship, Will? Like, what were you doing? You're basically, your wife cheats on you, gets caught, which I'm sure was part of the problem. She wasn't supposed to get caught, but she gets caught. And then he's going to go to the table talk to talk about why and how they're all good. Because, it seems like they're staying together for business purposes. Like, they're a Hollywood power couple. They got kids. They got brand deals and things. And I'm sure that comes with a lot of pressure and stress. And maybe there was like look, we want to be together from a business standpoint. We like the Jada Will brand of us as a family, but we don't really want to be together as a couple. Like, I believe that happens in Hollywood a ton. Like, that is not rare because sadly, most couples don't last. Like, it's just people divorce. It's a sad reality of this. And a lot of people find happiness more in their second or third relationships. But it seems like Will has now put himself stuck in this position where he's not allowed to be in relationships, and he needs someone right now to have his back more than ever. And so, yeah, there probably was this version where August was like, hey, dude, like, I don't know what's going on. It's kind of weird for me, but I would love your wife. Doesn't sound like you guys are together. And they clearly weren't, per what Jada said. And so it changes the whole story even more so. And now it puts this weird, again, what Jada has done to Will so many damn times. Now Will has this same awkward, weird cloud over him. So what do you think? Jada says you guys were never together. So were you together during this? It's like, why did Jada need to put this out there? This is only going to cause more stress and strain on a man who went up to publicly have a mental breakdown defending his wife on national television. And took it too far, mind you, but still, now he's the one who's suffering while Jada gets to behind the scenes and be like, I thought it was a skit. I couldn't believe he did it. Are you okay? Why'd you do that? Girl, why'd he do it? You've made him a crazy cook. Like, you've done this and you know it. It's maddening. It's like so crazy to watch this unfold. But I got to be honest, I see a lot of people are like, oh, I got no time for Will now. He made his bed. But I don't know. I feel sorry for him. It's like a Johnny Depp situation to me where I feel like this guy is in an abusive relationship and is trying to protect his brand, his kids, his identity, and he doesn't know what the fuck to do. And this woman has her talons in him and controlling it for monetization and red table talks and whatever nonsense. That no wonder the dude break. I mean, do you see where I'm coming from, Steph? Does this give you a little bit more insight into why he had this breakdown?
Yeah, it does. And looking at, a little bit more on this article now, in response to what August was saying at the time, Jada denied his claims that Will had given him permission to pursue a relationship with her, while noting that it felt weird to be addressing what she described as an entanglement with the singer all these years later because he had decided to air it. But this is the thing, right? Her denial doesn't make sense anymore based on what she's now said in her book and this week in the whole People magazine interview, whatever you want to call it. Her whole denial of, August turning around and saying Will Smith gave me his blessing, I call BS on her denial now. Utterly and completely. Now, she said that she and Will said that they had been working to reach a new place of unconditional love in the years since the affair happened, and at one point they even echoed each other saying, we ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life. It definitely is a bad marriage. But if you're so happy with someone and you're happy married with someone, why would you call it a bad marriage in the first place? That shouldn't even enter your brain. So, yeah, Jada made a dramatic U-turn on that statement this week, claiming to the world that they'd actually separated since 2016, the same year that she began her affair with August. And so, yeah, it comes of a series of revelations that she's discussed for her upcoming book, Worthy, on her promotion tour. Because this is the thing, right? Not only is she, putting Will through so much publicly in the past, but she's continuing to do it now. For, it might be the conspiracy theory, whatever, moolah, for the PR, for the press, for the clout. It's insane. She revealed that the whole incident in regards to the 2022 Oscars scenario with Chris Rock was a skit. She thought it was a skit. Again, I'm calling BS on that. According to the source, that admission has done little to aid her fractured relationship with Will, who's said to be trying desperately to move on from the incident once and for all. Saying, hearing Jada tell people that she didn't support his decision to slap Chris and that she thought it was a skit does no good for Will, who's trying to move on from this incident. Again, it goes
100%.
back to, you should be supporting your partner and be like, do you know what? What he did was wrong, but I'm helping him through it so he can get back up a better person. Not throw him under the bus saying, do you know what? I thought it was a skit at the time. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was bland. Because when you look back on the footage from the Oscars and you look at her reaction, she ain't shocked, guys. She ain't laughing thinking it's a skit.
I need to see Will really finally address this. I think, because it's hard, because what can Will do? Like, call Jada out and finally call her out in her bullshit? Like, there's no way to do that without him looking like a scumbag. That's the problem right now. But we're in a place now where Jada has shown so much dirty laundry. I feel like he has to at some point. But then it makes me wonder all the rumors. There are a lot of rumors, guys. Will Smith's gay and Will Smith's this and Will Smith's that. And I don't want to really get into all that. None of my damn business. But it's very Scientology-esque where I'm like, is she holding on to something about him that he's so deathly afraid about that's why he can't actually just come forward and call her out? Is she just controlling him that intensely? It's like Elon Musk and Amber, right? It's like, it feels like there's something really nefarious happening behind the scenes on this. Because for me at this point, and I typically would say never do this, but I kind of want Will to come out and be like, I can't do this anymore. I've been supportive of this woman for 20 years. I've allowed her to let her air out all of our things privately about our family and our life. And it's too much. I'm done. She needs to stop talking about me. I don't want to be in the press. I'm trying to go on my own journey right now and move forward. And I'm sick of these press tours and these breakthroughs and bombshells. I want some privacy in my damn life. And I'm sick of you putting it all out there. Like, if you would have the balls to finally say that, right, Steph? And own it. I don't know about anybody else, but I would give the man so much respect and applaud it to the hills, because it would finally expose Jada for what she is, which is a clout-chasing attention whore. And that is, again, to wrap up where we're at, why this man needs to step up and divorce her, because that really is the ultimate way to tell everybody that's what's going on. I'm done. I'm done with this woman. She is not helping my career in the slightest. And let's keep it a buck. Will Smith works his ass off. The dude works his ass off to create a global brand for his family that affects all of them, all the Smiths. His previous baby mom and his first child, who I got to say seems the most normal. Good to that. Shout out to Will's first wife, and Trey. He seems like a good dude. And not doing ayahuasca at 17 and shit. Seems like his mom stepped up and made sure. Anyway, I won't go there. But they're adults now. But it seems like he's got his head on straight. And maybe we should take a note of that, Will, and maybe realize, you know what? It's time to move on. It's time to step away and be a gentleman, but say what I got to say because my wife has allowed the world to hear it all. Well, let me say my piece, and now it's time to move on. You know what I mean? And by the way, it's time to get a divorce. I'm not waiting for you, Jada. I'm filing. It's done. That is a boss move that he needs to do sooner than later, or this man will never get respect from anybody. Because Chris was right. Will Smith looks like a bitch. I mean, really is starting to look like a bitch. Like, to keep letting this woman keep spinning and using all this very personal stuff to her advantage, to go on promotional book tours and stuff, to dig up all these old wounds again. For what? It's gross, man. And I'm hoping and praying Will be able to get wise up and end this. And if anything, after this book tour, maybe during this book tour, the two of them that's maybe part of the plan. They will finally publicly end their marriage and move on to their separate ways. Because honestly, I think that's what both these people need more than anything.
It needs to be over. Over. My goodness. Sergeant George Harrison in the chat, to me, has said it perfectly. Hey, psycho, Jada. Hannibal Lecter is a saint compared to you. I'd agree. With that being said, guys, everyone that's on the live chat, stay exactly where you are. For those watching on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. On your way out, if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to Popcorn Planet. Turn the notification bell to on so you're notified every single time we upload or go live. Like this video and comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories, whatever's about Jada, because I bet you've got some. Also, as well, go one step further and become a Popcorn Planeteer today. Join as a member for as little as $5.99 a month, and you get exclusive content from the man himself, Andy Signo. With that being said, for those on the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. We do appreciate your faces as ever. And here on the screen right now are some videos you'll want to clickety-click, clickety-click.
Clickety-click.